Hello Commanders and welcome in part 4 of the American Empire series, and today we are going to continue the invasion of Mexico. Also, today's episode is going to be the research build, the resources management, so it's going to be an important one. But before that, we need to continue this invasion successfully, as this city of Reynosa has been cleared with our stout artilleries. Now in his city of Veracruz we have a recon division there, but it is under the bombardment of our frigates. I'm going to dive deep now to his capital, New Mexico. I'm going to keep one infantry in the city of Reynosa to keep it from turning to rogue state, of course. I can move that infantry later after it reaches 34% the morale of the city. So this is why it's very important to keep a unit in the conquered city after you take it. It's one motorized infantry or two national guards. This is a good one to prevent it from turning rogue state. At the same time, I'm going to spread my national guards at the same strategy like I did with Canada in all of the provinces of Mexico to finish it very quickly. Here the bad thing about Mexico that 60 or 50% of his provinces are mountains, a lot of mountains, look at that. And you know that mountains are very bad for our infantries because they are going to be moving slowly and it's going to take them ages to get to land. The research of the cruisers is done, and now I'm going to start spamming our golden naval unit, the cruiser. But making the cruisers is going to require a lot of components and electronics. So me, at the beginning of every game, when I focus on making cruisers and decent and strong navy, the first thing I do is focus all of my resources management on components and electronics. I upgrade my arms industries in my cities of components and electronics to level 5. At the same time, I build bunkers in those cities to increase the morale, because increasing the morale in your city will automatically increase the resources production there. Also, I build my naval bases in these cities, and if I am going to build air bases, also I build them in these cities, because you know that naval bases and air bases, they have bonus of resources production in those cities. Later on, after the invasion, we are going to aim to annex more and more cities. You will see. Just keep watching this series and you will see what we are going to do exactly to create the biggest economy of America. Here, Greenland is under the bombarding of my frigate. The city of Nuuk have been cleared, and now I'm going to take it with my infantries. I put that AI city as my priority to take it down before the Europeans come there. First of all, I do not want anyone to be at my north and have an air base there very close to me. That is very bad for us. At the same time, that city is electronic, so it's very important for us. You see here, I'm building my level 4 naval base in the city of electronics to increase the electronics production there. I'm going to upgrade my cruisers to level 2. I need to make it to level 3 ASAP to have the range of 100, and the invasion of Mexico was 100% successful, and in only 13 game days we conquered all of North America. We conquered all of Canada and Mexico. This is how we went all aggressive and violent in this game without losing any time. Now we are going to focus on Central America. We are going to mention the Caribbean states, Cuba, and everything there. There are a lot of AI nations in this region, so I am going to try to clear them out very quickly. At the same time, I'm going to send my navies to the Cuban shores to bombard all of his naval bases there. I have to mention that Cuba is focusing on navies, and he have level 2 naval bases practically in all of his homeland cities. I know it's not wise to build naval bases in all of your cities because it's going to be expensive and it's going to require a lot of resources, but this doesn't hide the fact that we are going to find some naval defenses in Cuba. And that is why that I upgraded my cruisers very fast to be able to have the naval superiority in this region. Now I'm going to send all of my land armies, the motorized infantries, the national guards and the stout artilleries in the Central America, in the Caribbean states there, as I am going aggressive on those AI nations. I need to wipe them out very quickly, and in further stages we are going to start planning for South America. In South America there is a tough coalition there composed of Peru, Bolivia, Argentina and Brazil, and we need to get ourselves prepared before we start this invasion. Meanwhile, now I'm upgrading my air superiority fighters and also upgrading my arms industries in the cities of components and electronics, and building more frigates in my city of New York. And I'm going to build an airfield here to make it easier first for my National Guards and land forces to be airlifted there. And at the same time, when I prepare a stack of 5 air superiority fighters, that airfield is going to be useful. Now you are going to wonder and ask me, Melliodas, why you are making air superiority fighters, not strikers? I'm not going to answer this question now, because later on, when our Air Force combo is going to be complete, you will understand why I made air superiority fighters, because this research is going to be the path towards the strongest and the best Air Force strategy you will ever see in Conflict of Nations World War III. And the strategy that I am going to use in this game, it have been used by elite players in elite games. It have been used by several players also in the Battle Royale. It have been also used in the Red and Blue last community game, and we are going to use it in this game in the American Empire series. I want to teach you guys how to have and possess the strongest Air Force at the same time have the strongest Navy, because in the majority of games you cannot build strong Air Force and strong Navy at the same time, because it's going to overwhelm your electronics resources production. But with the United States and with China and with Russia, it's doable. Why? Because these are big nations with tremendous resources production, and also if you have a clear idea and a clear strategy how to manage your resources perfectly and boost up your components and electronics production, you will be able to do it. And in front of you here, our first city that we are going to annex is the city of Reynosa, which is electronics. It's very important. Also in Merida, which is component city. You know what I mean? And you are seeing what I am doing here. I'm annexing electronics and components so I can build the strongest navy, at the same time the most advanced air force. The resources management begins from the early days of the game, so later when we reach the day 30 and 40, you will be having a tremendous economy, because annexing city will pay off eventually, later on, more than 30 days. Later you will feel the difference. Now our level 4 army bases are ready. It's enough from stout artillery. I am going to start the research of the multiple rocket launches when I have enough rare materials and start spamming the multiple rocket launches. The multiple rocket launches, they are the most important units in Conflict of Nations. They have the biggest attack range among all artilleries, and they are very strong and lethal. So in order to have the strongest land army as well, we need to possess the multiple rocket launchers in our composition. This is the South American coalition, guys. Let's have a look here. Colombia with level 3 naval bases. Brazil, he is boosting up his resource production by upgrading his arms industries. Looks like there is a problem between Argentina and Chile. They are at war and destroying each other. This is good for us, to be honest. Bolivia is active and he is attacking Chile alongside Argentina. Colombia is attacking Peru. They are both destroying each other. So guys, we are at the end of today's episode. We meet in episode 5 where the fun begins. See you guys and bye bye.